Hi, I'm Del Cobb of Level Racing, and I'm here to introduce you to the Level Coffee Club. The Coffee Club will be a series of video chats with members of the Level Racing team, the men and women that you guys race with week in, week out on the roads of Zwift. We'll be asking a series of searching questions such as what is your favourite colour? What was the first car you owned? And what would you do if you were stuck in the Watopian desert? There's only one place we could start with, and that's with our leader, Richy Howell. Richy will be talking to Lisa Hopkins. I hope you enjoy.
Hi all, and welcome to the very first episode of the Level Racing Coffee Club. Today we have got the man, the myth, the legend, the Level head coach, and more importantly, the team manager of all things Zwift related, the one and only Richy Howell. How are you doing?
Well, that's a hell of an introduction, that, isn't it? And, that's a bit overwhelming, I think, to be honest, at least. But yeah, it's all good. I hate this cold weather, but it is what it is, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not very nice out there at the moment, is it? So
No. I hate this. That's why I need to live in Spain for.
I don't blame you. I don't blame. Gosh, I was saying to Dell the other day, if we come into a bit of money, we'd move out to
Oh
Tenerife.
yeah, it's always been my dream to like live in Spain, and I've been there
Yeah,
so many times, and just like have a training camp out there. That's always been
yeah.
my dream, and
Oh wow,
I will make it happen one day as well. To be honest
yeah.
with
Oh, okay, that's fantastic. So I'm just going to go straight into the questions, if that's okay.
you. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah. All right. So if you was riding out in real life, and
yeah.
obviously this is the coffee club questions, what would
Yeah.
be your go-to coffee?
Well, it's probably I got two answers for this one because if I go out with two different groups, so if I go out with my local group from like Abergavenny anyway, they're all like pretty oldish and that. So I normally have like a flat white with like I'm more of like a biscuit person I am, so like a flat
Yeah.
jack or something like that. But if I
Oh,
go to
nice.
Swansea with like Mark Bowen or Andy Jones, they always stop in this pub on the way home. So if I ask for a coffee, they'd be like looking down their nose at me, thinking, "No, no,
Standard.
no, you're not having a coffee." And they literally have they did, and it's really fast paced as well when you go up with Mark and Andrew, and they'd have
Yeah.
about 4 or 5 pints in the pub, mind. And then
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god.
boys, yeah, I'm like, boys, I can't have any more. I got to drive home from Swansea, like it's an hour from
Yeah.
me. So like if I go out with the Abergavenny boys, it's normally a flat white and a flat jack. If I go out with Andy and Mark Bowen, it's normally like 2 pints of
Yeah.
probably cider or whatever, really. To be honest with
Oh
you. So
my
that's
gosh.
that's why I got two answers for that question for, to be honest with you.
That's
So
fantastic. Oh
and
my
even when
gosh.
we go to Mallorca, like if I go with Andy and all that, we'll always say, "Oh, should we have a lager or what?" It's like boiling hot, and it's so nice, mate. I got to be honest with you, we're having like
Yeah,
a pint,
yeah, I
and
can understand that.
it just flies down. And he looks over and he's like, "Should we have another one?" I'm like, "No, Andrew, we got to do another like 40k now, mind." And he's like, "Oh, we'll be fine, we'll be fine." And I'm like, "No, no, no, we'll have some when we go back."
They're
So
just swerving all over the road. Oh
yeah,
my
yeah. So
gosh.
I've got probably two answers for that one, to be honest with you. So.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. That's brilliant. Okay. So going on to the next one, how did you end up getting into racing?
Well, my dad is like was the national champion on the track, and he's always had a really good, he was a good cyclist on the track, and we used to have a caravan down in Bournemouth, a towing caravan, but my mum and dad used to leave it down there, and on the campsite they had a BMX track, so I always loved BMX and stuff like that, and I always had one. I had the old like rally burners and stuff
Yeah,
like that, and the
a
mag
rally.
wheels and all that. So I had one for Christmas, and then the summer then after I took it down there, and we was all friends and that down there, and I got on the track and that then, and I went the first time on the track. I think I broke the track record down there, something like that. And one of the boys was like, "Well, where have we been keeping him, Phil? In the attic?" and that's how it started. Then I got into their team down there. And then the only thing, Emma, my mum and dad used to have to go down there every weekend, down to Bournemouth in the caravan. So we'd be packing our stuff up on a Friday night and
Oh,
then
that's a trek.
driving. Yeah, I know, driving down there every weekend through the summer. I'd be like racing then Saturday and Sunday on the track. My mother was loving it. She'd be like outside the caravan doing nothing and that, and with my dad, and I'd be on the track. And
Yeah.
I was there then for about 5 years, yeah, until I was about 12 or 13, something like that. And then I came home and then went into the velodrome side of it then. I used to go to Mindy on the track, and it all went from there, really, to be honest with you. And
Yeah.
that's where I am today. I had a few years out in that end, and still thought I could eat what I wanted to and put a bit of weight on, and then thought, oh, and then thought, oh, I obviously can't eat what I want to like I used to before. And then I just got back into it then and
Yeah.
started back up Swift and that then.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you train with anyone famous at the velodromes?
Oh yeah, I've been in the changing rooms of like Chris Hoy, Wiggins,
Nice.
Craig McLean, Cavendish, Geraint Thomas. I used to train with him every Saturday morning
Oh, wow.
at Mindy. Well, I used to go down there. It was me, Courtney Rowe, his boy Luke, who rides for Sky, and he used to be Geraint. We'd be down there every Saturday morning at 10, for probably 6, 7 months of the year. I'd be riding
Yeah.
with them but they were youngsters then. They were about 12 or 13, and you could tell they were good in that end. That was on fixed wheel hours, but you could tell
Yeah.
they used to riding for Mindy Flyers at the time. But you
Yeah.
could tell there was something about them, and that's probably I can tell with people now that they've got a bit of talent when they see them riding, and they're on like riding their bikes and the way they pedal
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I've rode with all of them, to be honest, every one of them.
Oh, wow. Bloody hell, I need your autograph then.
Yeah, I didn't make it as much as him, but there you go.
So, how did you end up at level?
I was, well, probably as like everybody else. Then, to be honest, with you, I just put I seen an advert on there saying, "Oh, looking for riders." So I obviously messaged him, and Si was in charge now then, and
Yeah.
he got back to me, and that's how I got. I know Mark Bowen and stuff like that because he was originally there when I was first joined and did
Yeah.
some TTs, and I got more involved with it then. And Rob Halsall was there as well, so I was racing with him and stuff like that. And then I was racing with a couple of boys around here from Andy and stuff like that. And then I introduced Andy to Mark Bowen, and they still go out. They go out now every weekend.
Oh,
So and
okay.
they didn't know each other before,
Yeah.
Zwift and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
yeah, and that's how the family like grows with Zwift, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. And yeah, and that's how I got involved. Like what we do, we put adverts out there. Seen the adverts, obviously went into my first WTRL race and thinking, Jesus, what have I let myself in for? But yeah, do you know what I mean? And I always remember my first TT, I just got smashed and got blown out the back door with about
Yeah, same.
5k with 5k to go. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, is this for me? Like, but I still do
Yeah.
it every week. I still do it every week now, and twice sometimes. But yeah, that's how I really got into the level side of it, to be honest with you, and moved on and that end to what I'm doing now, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Running the team.
Yeah, I know. I've had such a good life out of like cycling and being
Yeah.
everywhere. I just like putting a little bit back into it that I've had out of it, and like developing people and
Yeah.
probably I could say pointing them in the right direction. But because there's lots of people out there that's just wants people just for the name who they are to just
Yeah.
promote their teams. And sometimes I think some people need a little bit of protecting because they promise them everything and they just really want their names on their list. And I've
Yeah.
seen it from a youngster, like when I was a youngster, but my dad was always there then because he knew the situation. And he'd
Mm.
be like, no, 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 he's racing for these today. He's not in your team. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I've seen it on a bigger picture of, and there is people out there that just use people's names just to do that, to
Yeah.
be honest with you. And I just think,
Yeah.
it's, it's unfair, but that's how people get on in it, to be honest with you.
Yep.
And that's
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. So, how long have you been with Level now then?
Oh, yeah, since it's got to be like 4 or 5 years easy, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because when I first started, we didn't have no A teams. We had
Yeah.
2 B teams, I think, or 3 B teams. Um, yeah, no
You didn't
C
have any
teams.
ladies teams, did you?
No, no, nothing. I didn't even know
No.
ladies raced in that when I started, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
no, I think we had literally, it was like me, Si, Mark Bowen, um, Andrew O'Rourke. He doesn't race with us anymore, but that's a shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't many teams on the level. It was
Yeah.
because it was called Provision when I first started. Look, that was
Oh.
that was the name of it,
Oh,
Provision.
okay.
Yeah, so I think Si was a part of the Provision team, so that's why he had the name for, and then he changed it to level. But
Right.
yeah, when I first started, it wasn't level; it was Provision,
Oh, okay. Oh, I
and
didn't know that.
we still use that horrible MTS kit as
Yes, that's not very
it's
nice, is it? That
no, 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 no. So yeah, so I think about 4 or 5 years,
yeah.
easy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um, so what is a bucket list item that you have achieved?
Oh God.
There's going to be probably quite a few of these.
Yeah, we'd be here all night. No, I've like ridden with probably the best track riders in the world, and like with Wiggins, Chris Hoy, Cavendish. I've camped with them. I've been in the same changing rooms with them. Ridden the Herne Hill, the White
Yeah.
Oak Sprint. That's an invite only. The Golden
Yeah.
Wheel is another invite only. I've ridden that on the track. I never done much on the road, but it's all track work with me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I've had a really good life out of cycling, and
Yeah.
that's why I like to put a bit back into. And probably my next bucket list would probably try and get the level team into like the Premier League kind of status, as is in
Yeah.
like the World Series that's just been cancelled now.
Yeah. I know.
Um, that's what I would like to do. And like probably me and Elise had a little go of it about a year ago with the women, but it's so difficult to get A-ride women because they're all in their own little teams, like with
Yeah.
Wahoo and Coalition and Aonian and stuff like that. So that's one thing I would like to achieve as a as a level member, and probably the men as well. And we've got some really strong A men now with like Jamie, Gaz,
Yeah.
Espy, Seb, Jonas. They're all really strong riders. That's just naming 5 off the top of my head. Geordie. Um, so that I'd like to try and push that kind of like racing on.
Mm.
Is as I have 2 probably elite teams as it's difficult for the women because it's always hard to get the women A riders, but I think we can achieve it with the men quite easily because
Yeah.
we've got some real engines in that A team now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. For sure.
I did a lot of work with recruitment over the A's and that, and I have got some really, and I probably talk to most of them every day and message them any trouble and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So that's what I would like to do going forward, is get a
Yeah.
World Series in that kind of situation. Milo, sure. Um, yeah, so that's what I would like to do as part of my
Yeah.
bucket list, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we've got because obviously this season or this round, dog.
Yeah, I know he's awful.
Yeah. No, this round obviously we've got the ladies A team as well, which is obviously a new thing, and the whole ladies side is relatively new, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's like I said, that just blew apart since they did that TT 2 weeks ago. That just blew apart, and I was like, Jesus Christ. To me, because you was even messaging me on WhatsApp saying they're having loads of coverage and all that. And
Yeah, they
I
did.
was like DSing them, and I was like, when I watched it back again, like Sabrina and Christine Grant and Ming was like messaging me like, oh, I can't believe this, and then we put Elise in last week, and then she had to drop out, so that was a bit of a
I
disaster.
know. I
But
know.
Sabrina is absolutely fantastic. She nailed
Yeah.
that sprint because I always talk to Sabrina. I talk to Leah all the time,
Yeah.
and we worked that out from 100 meters on. She needs to like just nail it. And I was, because I run source, I was just giving her the countdown, like
Yeah.
200 meters, 160, 150, and then
Yeah.
when I said go, 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 she just blew it apart. Like, and she did a perfect job. And
It was
you know,
amazing. It was
yeah. And
amazing.
when they put in,
Honestly,
when
I
they
was
put in a
sitting on
graph
this.
up with like that Kate McCarthy, like that's just really cool, isn't it? I was thinking, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, when she's putting them in our league, and from we've come from nothing really to just get
yeah,
a women's A team, and it's
yeah,
and that's Ming has done a great job, to be honest with
yeah,
you, in that kind of scenario, and take my hat off to her,
yeah.
literally.
Yeah, that TT. Honestly, I was sitting on the in the lounge watching it, and I was like, I
Yeah,
was getting choked up watching because
yeah,
and everything that Nathan and Dave were saying, I was like, oh my god, that's my
yeah.
team, and
Yeah,
and I was
I
so
was laughing
proud.
when I was laughing earlier on when you put on the Discord chat, like, oh, you was shouting at the screen in
Oh,
Sabrina at the sprint, like,
it's the like the dog was asleep on my lap, and I was like, go, 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 go.
yeah, no, it's but that's what it's about now. I think you get
Yeah,
tied into that emotion, don't you? Is when
yeah,
you know the people that's racing as well, is you
yeah,
get tied into that emotion, and and I think it's such a good like club in our situation, and everybody like tucks in, and I couldn't do this without like all your help and stuff like that,
yeah,
and Dell's, and all the boys, the captains and stuff like that,
yeah,
and the girl, the captains, they do a great job, and
yeah,
like I said, and I can't like take my hat off
yeah,
to all of you really. You all do a fantastic job, but I think because you're so involved with that situation, that's where it goes to, as well. To be honest
yeah,
with you, and it's
yeah,
quite nice to have.
yeah, absolutely. Roll on next week, eh?
Yeah,
Last
definitely.
race. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Which three guests would you invite to a dinner party?
Um.
I struggled with this one
No, it's quite
when I
easy for
was
me
thinking
because
about this.
it's probably my first one would be like Cristiano Ronaldo because the way as he's been all his life in shape and is like
Yeah,
it's just that's a model of an athlete in my eyes, to be honest with you.
yeah,
It's just like totally dominated his era of football.
yeah,
Always, even now at his age now, he's probably in better shape than any footballer as a 20-year-old and stuff like that.
yeah.
So, he's probably one. My second one would probably be Lance Armstrong because I
Hmm.
know I know what he did, but like my dad always said, if we can't beat them, join them. And
Yeah,
I'm a firm believer in that. And the third one would be probably my dad because if you like, he just, well, when I was young, he just did everything for me. The
yeah,
bikes, gear changes. Do you know what I mean? My bikes never failed me because he always
yeah.
mechanics. He did it. Probably my dad, yeah, because he's a big part of this. To be honest, with you, massive part.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, bless. Okay. Next one. If you were stuck in a utopian desert, what three items would you take in your rucksack?
Oh, it's probably a box of matches would definitely be one of them. 'Cause I love fires. um, I'd have to take dark chocolate with me because I love dark chocolate, and probably my dog. I think if I could get
Oh,
him in there, because
oh,
he's so loyal, and
yeah,
all dogs are loyal, and
yeah,
yeah, it's probably my dog
oh,
because he just.
yeah,
You got something to talk to and shout to as well. So,
yeah,
like he's barking, but there now for no reason at all.
yeah,
But there you go. But yeah,
yeah.
that's my three I take probably.
Oh, okay, okay.
If I could take four, I'd take a knife as well, then because I could kill the dog if he did my head in.
Well,
So no, so you always need a knife, don't you, to like cut stuff
true.
up and stuff
But
like that.
what
So
you don't need matches, do you? Because you could just flint.
oh yeah, but that's a bit more technical, that, isn't it? I just think if I could just strike a match and set fire to it. I wouldn't could be no flint shit and all. I could be dealing with crap like that, to be honest with you. Do my head in. Just strike the
Okay.
box and just light it, and it's up and at it, isn't it? To be honest with
Okay, next one. Favorite city in the world and why?
you. Oh, I've been lots of places, to be honest with you. Probably the favorite place I've been is probably Auschwitz and in Poland and Krakow and that because it's such, God, it's such. When you go there, I've just taken back. I've been about 4 times, and I always
Yeah,
go to Auschwitz, and it's still the same. It was the first time, but I just when you walk in there, you just get that feeling, and it's just like Jesus Christ. It just takes me away, and they do
yeah,
fantastic food out there as well. But
yeah,
yeah, Poland is probably my favorite place to go
yeah,
as a city break like that because there's so much. it's so much there, and there's so much memorabilia out there when you go to Outswitch and the salt
Yeah.
mines, and I love it out there, to be honest with you. And like I said, I've been 4 or 5 times, to be honest with you, and I really enjoyed it. And like we're going now, I think in uh April time, because my boy's doing GCSE history and it's on Outswitch, so
Oh, okay.
I'm taking him out there now in I think we booked it for April. I think it is somewhere around
Yeah.
April.
Yeah.
So, because I took my oldest boy out there when he did his GCSEs, and he
Yeah.
loved it, to be honest with you. So me and Ashton's going out there now in
Yeah.
April to just only like a weekend break, so we can
Yeah.
he can take some photos and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's got to be like crack off or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What about in the UK? Anywhere in the UK?
No, it's too cold.
Uh,
If it's sunny, I'll go anywhere, but it's just too
yeah.
cold in the UK for me.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah. That's
born to live abroad, and I spent so much time up there as a youngster and
yeah.
on camps and stuff like that. I just, I'm freezing. I'm freezing every day, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
I
So
think
that
that's why I go
actually,
away for like that's why I go away like probably 5, 6, 7 times a year for to just the sun
yeah,
and that.
that
But,
segues actually to the next question. Somewhere you visited previously and would always go
oh, my
back.
Orca all day long, all day long. I love it. I go in February. I'm going in March. I'm going in February. I'm going in April.
Yeah.
Them two are booked already.
We've
Yeah,
got a level trip out there, haven't we?
yeah, that's in April. That is.
Yeah.
So I'm going in February. I'm going in April. So, like I said, if anybody is watching this,
Yeah.
Pam and another girl is coming from Alaska as well,
Yeah.
so they
Oh
can
wow.
come over. And
Yeah.
then we go one in June as well, and up in Rada in Wales, but that's
Yeah.
a local one. We've booked a complete like Byron has done that. Byron and Nick, they've
Yeah.
booked a complete apartment. I think it's like sleeps 10 or 12. So we've got a
Yeah.
few numbers for that at the minute. But yeah, we did 2 last year, didn't we? And
Yeah.
like Holly came from Alaska, Kristen and Mark Fuller came from America over to
Yeah.
Mallorca. It was a fantastic trip. Like
Is it
they
just
all
rides that you do, or do you do training there as well?
no, we just did rides every day. We did Sacalobra, we did the lighthouse. We went to the velodrome the one day
Oh,
out
nice.
down there, and we did some laps around the velodrome because I've raced there before, so
Yeah.
I know where that is and that. But yeah, it's a really good crack, to be honest. It's not that expensive either. It's quite it's quite reasonable to go
Yeah.
out there. The bike hire we use out there, I always use the same guy, so he knows me
Mm.
quite well.
Yeah.
I've known him for years, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's like you said, it's really good, and it's so nice out there. The weather's brilliant and that,
Yeah.
and yeah, like I said, and anybody watches back and fancy it, just drop me a message, and they can
Yeah.
always join on. Not a problem at all.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay. Cool. So the next one, when you go out to dinner, is there an item that you always choose off the menu?
Um, I don't mind the. Oh, it's a tough one. I like steak, but
Yeah, you
I
got to
you
have a
can.
steak.
Yeah, I'm quite partial to a curry as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I'm not a kind of person who tries new stuff. I just like try to stick to what I know and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
so it's either if I go to Poland, there's a steakhouse because there's a place called Mumu's, and it's the best place ever.
Moose.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it's the best place in the world. It's the best place
What
I
a
ever had steak.
fantastic name.
It's a fantastic place. It is in Krakow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't mind the curry, but it's all according. Yeah, it's all according where I go. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay. Um, drink of choice with dinner.
Well, this is another one. So if I go with Mark Bowen and Angie Jones, it's always got to be lager because they look down at my nose and thinking you
Yeah.
can't be drinking that. But I'm not really a drinker, so
Yeah.
it's probably I like Pepsi or something like that. Normally, I
Yeah.
don't.
I'm a
I
Diet
only
Coke.
drink when I go out with them too because they force me into it. So
Oh.
well, we went
You're
to we
right.
went to Chester with Byron, and he was like, we rode the Saturday, and then it was like, right, we ride in Sunday now. I was like, oh God, I'm going out with these two tonight now. And
Yeah.
we didn't get in till 2:30 in the morning. He was like
Yeah.
drinking.
Oh
Was
my
Sunday, we was dead,
gosh.
the three of us. And I'm looking over to Andy Jones saying, see what fault this is. And he's like,
Yeah.
well, I didn't tell you to drink them, did I? I'm like, yeah, because you looked down at my nose at me, like saying, come on,
Yeah.
next one, next one. And so that's all, it's all according to who I'm with. They're bad influences on me, to be honest, with
Yeah.
them too. Really bad.
Okay. What is your favourite course on Swift and why?
Oh, any flat one. Is it RGV? RBG? Is it RGV? That's my
RGB.
favorite. Yeah, that's probably my favorite one because I've won so many races and I know every turn, the S's, I know when it finishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite one. Anything flat, really, I don't mind. If there's a little kicker in here, like 3 second kicker, I don't mind stuff like
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
yeah, like the glass roads ones and all that, I just don't understand why people even race them for. To be honest, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably my favourite one. To be honest,
Yeah.
I do like that course because I know it so well.
Yeah. Yeah. I quite like Sand and Sequoias. I liked that, but I think I raced on it just too many times. And when you just,
Yeah.
oh, I don't like it now. So
Yeah, because funny enough, today I did a meetup for the American girls on a sprint training on
yeah,
Sunday. So
yeah,
I do that every Sunday with the
yeah,
American girls because I do it 6 o'clock in the night because like Pam is in Alaska and it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah,
she contacted me to say like, can you do a time zone for the sprint session? And I was like, yeah, I
yeah,
can do 6 o'clock. So I choose RGV today. Funny enough, to do the
yeah,
sprint session on because I normally do the recons on the courses, but Tuesdays you can't
yeah,
get that on the meetup map, can you? So I just choose my favourite
yeah,
course then. So I was like, oh,
yeah.
happy days. So yeah, we do that on Sundays. So that's probably my favourite course, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I think we probably answered this one. Who's the most famous person you've met?
Oh, besides the cycling, I did. Oh, I think it was a stag party. I went to Benidorm and I sat next to Terry Venables, the England manager.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And I sat down and I could see him, and I'm a Tottenham fan anyway. And I seen him walking down the thing, and I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, it's Terry Venables.
yeah,
I was like rubbing my eyes, like I had a couple of pints, like I was on a stag party. And he's like, oh, I'm sitting there. I'm like, you're having a laugh. And he's like, no, that's my seat there. I was like, oh, certainly. But he fell asleep all the way through the flight. I didn't even have to speak to him. I was like, shit. I was gutted. Yeah, I was absolutely
no,
gutted. He literally fell asleep as soon as I thought, oh, it can't be me. Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah,
yeah,
that's besides the cycling, people probably
yeah,
Terry Venables, the England
yeah.
manager and Tottenham
Oh,
manager,
legend. Guy's a
thing.
legend.
But no A class people.
Yeah.
No A class people.
Okay. What is the first car you owned?
Oh God, I didn't pass my test till I was 21.
Yeah,
But my first car, I had an Escort convertible, a Mark
yeah.
III one.
Was you a
I
boy
still got it.
racer?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I wasn't a boy race. I just like you could take the roof down on it and stuff like that. It was a convertible.
Was you
So
like
but
arm on the door, just holding the steering
yeah,
wheel?
I've got an hard top as a BMW hard top. Now you can take the roof off,
Yeah,
and I've got a normal car. I've got
yeah.
like two cars, but I like the soft tops and that. But yeah, that was my first car. And I couldn't afford the insurance, so I had to go on my father's insurance. So
Yeah,
it was that was my first car I had. But
yeah.
I still remember it was a B207 FOE. The registration was.
Oh
So it's a
gosh.
2006 model, but
Yeah,
yeah, I wish I still had it now because they're worth a fortune.
yeah, they are, aren't they? I saw
Yeah,
one of
really.
my friends had one, and I
Yeah,
think he did put it up for sale. It went for tens of thousands of
yeah, I
pounds. I
know
was,
they're stupid money now. Yeah, the XR3i one I had is
yeah,
and the RS Turbo one's even more money. But yeah, it was a bit of a car for the boys then, wasn't
yeah,
it? So yeah, that was my first car.
yeah. Okay, fantastic.
It was a black
Favorite
one as
color?
well.
Oh, okay, cool. That segues in. Favorite color?
Yeah, probably blue is probably my favorite color.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
mind the blue
Okay,
color.
yeah. Okay. And last question, the name of your first pet.
Oh, so I had a Jack Russell when I was about 8, and his name was Shandy.
Yeah,
And yeah, he passed away. And when I was about he used to come down the caravan with us every weekend
yeah.
on the track
Oh,
and yeah, Shandy was a little Jack Russell, and he's a hell of a dog he was. And like I said, I've got Milo now, but he's
Yeah. Oh,
he's a
he's
bit more.
gorgeous.
He's a
He's
bit
lovely.
more past it now in his John.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that was my first pet.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions done. So you'll be glad to hear. So just want to say, thank you to you from everybody in Level for
Yeah,
all
that's
of the
cool.
work that you do. You
Yeah,
put so much
yeah,
work in
that's
behind the
thanks.
scenes, and
Yeah,
just take the
Tuesdays
compliments, Rich.
Tuesdays
Take
can
the
be a bit
compliments.
Tuesdays can be a bit painful sometimes, but like I
Yes,
said, the
yes, I
captains do a
see.
fantastic, yeah, and the captains, you all do fantastic jobs, and like I said, and I always got your backs, and I always will if any troubles and stuff like that, and I always try and fill the teams up, and because I'm literally on a Tuesday, I'm on it 24/7, and like
Yep,
with the American team now, we got new. I got up at their first race. I got up at 12:30 to watch them. Do you mean to
yeah,
see how if everything went okay and stuff like that?
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, like you said, it's not just me in this team. Everybody does a part, even like
yeah,
not even the captains, like Dell and like Rob, who organises like races. Claudius
yeah,
organises races. The ladder captains, Mark Fuller,
yeah,
um, the women like Natalie and stuff like that, Pam, and they all do fantastic jobs. Ming does
yeah,
another good job. Um, yeah, so like I said, it's not all down to me half the time. It's what all you lot do as well. To be honest, you as a squad member, so it's really, but it's good, I think, because like the mental health side of it as well, because it's always somebody on Discord. I know you get people complaining all the time with the
yeah.
everyone tag and all that, and
My fault.
yeah, I just hearing the
All
blind
right.
eye to that. I just think, oh god. But yeah, you always get but that's life in it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
yeah, I think the mental health side of it is really good as well because there's always somebody there. It's a
yeah,
really it's really active Discord as well, and
yeah. It
like you've got the
is.
characters in here like Mark Espy and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
you haven't but you need people like that in the team in it to just like push
yeah.
it
You
on,
do.
and yeah,
Yeah,
and
you
he
do.
always has a laugh, and me and him like have a bit of a ding dong now and
Banter.
then. It's like he had the fastest through on one of the segments and all that, and I'm like, oh,
Oh,
I
I
love that.
saw that. I
Yeah,
saw.
and
I
he's
had to
like,
comment.
I'm the fastest in the world and stuff like that, and but it's a bit of fun at the end of the day,
Yeah,
and that's how it goes. But yeah, like I said, it's not just me who makes this team; it's all of you who make the team. To be honest with you, or every
yeah,
single one who rides in it as well.
yeah.